The low hum of the jet engines filled the cabin, blending with the rustling of newspapers and the quiet clink of glasses as flight attendants moved down the aisle. The soft glow from the reading lights reflected off the polished leather seats and the brushed metal accents. The scent of freshly brewed coffee mixed with the faint smell of cologne. Travis Kelce adjusted his hoodie and leaned back into the plush first-class seat, stretching his legs out. His cap was pulled low over his eyes, and his AirPods were in, though no music was playing. He just needed to disconnect. That's when someone slid into the seat across the aisle with a loud thud. Travis opened one eye. The guy was impossible to miss. Mid-30s, dark slicked-back hair, tailored navy blue suit that screamed money. He adjusted his Rolex with a deliberate flair. The man's gaze scanned the cabin, sizing up the other passengers, then stopped on Travis. His lip curled. "Wow," the man said, loud enough for others to hear. "They're really letting anyone into first class these days, huh?" Travis's jaw tightened beneath the brim of his cap. He kept his gaze on his phone, refusing to engage. Years of media scrutiny and pressure had taught him how to handle people like this. Stay calm, don't react. But the guy wasn't finished. He leaned over the armrest, his voice low but sharp. "Did you win the lottery or something?" He chuckled, flashing his perfect teeth. "Or maybe you just know someone?" Travis inhaled slowly through his nose. His fingers curled slightly around the armrest. "Come on," the man pressed, his eyes gleaming. "What do you do? Personal trainer? Rapper? Oh, wait, pro gamer?" A woman seated 2 rows up turned her head slightly, her eyebrows knitting together. A flight attendant walking past paused briefly before continuing down the aisle. Travis remained still. The man scoffed, shaking his head. "Figures," he muttered. "Guys like me work for this. Guys like you just get lucky." That's when Travis's head turned, slowly. He pulled out an AirPod and turned toward the man, his gaze steady and calm. "What's your name?" The man's smile sharpened. "Francis." Travis's lips curled faintly. "Nice to meet you, Francis. Hope you're ready for a long flight." Francis's eyes narrowed. "Yeah? Why's that?" Travis's smile didn't reach his eyes. "Because you just made the worst assumption of your life." A flight attendant approached with a polished silver tray, her smile professional. "Mr. Kelce, can I get you anything before takeoff?" Francis's smirk vanished. His head snapped toward Travis. "Kelce?" Travis adjusted his cap slowly. "Yeah, Travis Kelce." Francis's mouth opened slightly. His eyes widened as recognition hit him like a sledgehammer to the chest. His gaze flicked down toward Travis's hoodie, then back up to his face. He blinked hard. "Wait, you're Travis Kelce?" Travis leaned back into his seat, crossing his arms. "Yeah, but I'm just a guy who got lucky, right?" Francis's face turned red. His confidence evaporated. He had just mocked one of the most famous athletes in the world, a guy whose net worth alone could probably buy out the entire first-class cabin. "Look, man, I didn't mean anything by it," Francis stammered. "Just messing around." Travis took a sip of water. "Sure, no hard feelings." His tone was light, but his gaze was razor-sharp. "Just remember, money doesn't buy class." Francis's mouth opened again, but Travis had already turned toward the window. The conversation was over. Francis sat stiffly as the plane lifted off the runway. The guy across the aisle shot him a knowing smirk. The woman in front of him leaned toward her seatmate, whispering behind her hand. Francis felt his chest tighten. Then it got worse. A soft click sounded behind him, the unmistakable sound of a phone camera. Then another, and another. He stiffened. Screenshots and blurry clips began circulating online. Someone had recorded the whole thing. The audio was painfully clear. No way! Was that Travis Kelce? A voice whispered from a few rows back. Yeah, and that guy just made a total fool of himself, someone replied. Francis's stomach dropped. His hands clenched in his lap as his phone buzzed. A notification flashed across the screen. Passenger mocks Travis Kelce on flight. Big mistake. Francis's chest tightened. His mouth went dry. Screenshots and blurry clips began circulating online. Someone had recorded the whole thing. The audio was painfully clear. Yeah, Travis Kelce. What do you do? Personal trainer? Rapper? The comments were brutal. Kelce handled that with class. Absolute legend. Dude learned the hard way. Never judge a book by its cover. Travis Kelce might have just won the internet. Francis's breath quickened. He refreshed his feed, hoping it would stop, but the video was already up to 50,000 views. His name wasn't mentioned directly, but it was only a matter of time. A passenger behind him leaned toward his friend. How clueless do you have to be to not know who Travis Kelce is? Francis squeezed his eyes shut and leaned back. His suit suddenly felt too tight. He was trapped. And this was just beginning. By the time the flight landed, the moment had gone viral. Headlines were popping up across social media. Passenger mocks Travis Kelce. Immediate regret. Money doesn't buy class. Travis Kelce's calm response goes viral. Memes followed. Money can't buy class, but it can buy humiliation. That face when you realize you mocked Travis Kelce. Francis's phone buzzed relentlessly. His friends were texting. Some messages were sympathetic. Most weren't. Reporters were already reaching out for comments. Francis's name was out there now. He had become that guy. After the flight, Travis was asked about the moment during a press conference. A reporter smiled as she held up her phone, showing a viral clip of the encounter. So, Travis, what's your advice for people who judge others based on appearances? Travis chuckled, shaking his head. Yeah, that happened. The room chuckled. I guess the lesson is, don't judge someone just because they aren't wearing a suit. The room laughed, but Travis's smile faded slightly. He leaned toward the mic. And maybe remember that success isn't about money. It's about how you treat people. Francis, sitting in his office, scrolled through Travis's Instagram post later. A photo of Travis with kids at a youth football camp. The caption read, "Success isn't about what you have. It's about what you give." Francis sighed and set his phone down. Lesson learned. Do you think Francis deserved the public embarrassment, or did Travis handle it like a pro? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like and share if you think Travis handled it perfectly. Subscribe now for more unbelievable real-life stories.